I went through it.
Oh my gosh, what is that noise? Okay, sorry.
I think it's like a
My phone.
artificial shutter sound.
Really? Okay.
That's what it sounded like to me.
I always thought it was like a snapping thing, like there was water inside of the port of my phone, but I think maybe it's the shutter sound. Anyway, is this clear?
I don't know.
Sorry, I was talking to my camera. Hi. Is it recording? That's the other question. Okay. Hi, this is Easton. This is Zara. And Zara was just showing me the indexing system on our sources of Hebrew cantillation melodies and tropes, which I was just super thankful for and impressed by. And I was thinking, like, this is going to be an inheritance for many generations of musicologists, perhaps.
Or at least something that can be added to very easily without any great difficulty.
Yes.
So that the larger that the scale of the research gets, it doesn't negate what you did before or make you have to recategorize everything.
Yeah. So first, just to be clear about what is on which screen. Here, this is a bibliography, right?
Yeah, this is the bibliography.
This is the bibliography. Let's go to the top just so we...
So these are all the sources.
A. So it's first. Is this last name alphabetical?
Yeah.
Okay. And on this screen we have a table of this measurement is each number represents a specific kind of stereotypical shape. So
like different contours that it could have.
Yeah, and it's just 6 simple ones. Like it's straight, rising, falling, arched, troughed, and like zigzaggy. Those are like the 6 basic pitch as Sophia Pitcher would put it, pitch accent contours on a taram's melodical, is how I would put it. These are the names of the taramim on the top. So each column is a taram, and also like a position of a taram. So some of these are like munach before etnachta, or munach before pazer, etc. So there's more than just a column for each taram, but the specific instances where the taram probably has a unique melody, a melodical to it. But that's here. But what are the rows? What are the rows? Well, the rows are what we call the tropes. So our definition of trope is a complete set of melodicals, as in a specific way of interpreting each taram. And this trope it's a self-contained reading tradition for a specific occasion by a specific reciter who is part of a tradition or a rite in Judaism. They existed, or this trope was recorded at a specific time and published by a specific author in a specific year. So this is all the information that we need to track. So you take it from here, Zara.
Sure. I mean, there's just kind of the rite. So Ashkenazi, Sephardi, there's some Yemenite traditions, there's an Italki tradition or two.
Yeah, so we write that first.
The Torah,
yeah,
weekly Torah, there's, Torah that's sung in the Cheder, there's Torah that's sung, Shirat Hayam specific, whatever. Then there's the author who cataloged it and the date of their cataloging it.
Yeah, or publication.
Yeah, there's as close to a specific location we can get. So, there's Germany, there's France, there's Algeria, there's whatever.
Yeah.
And then if it's present, there's the informant who gave the information, if the author of the article wrote it down, as well as the year they gave the information.
Yes, nice.
And then all of that is brought into a 10-character shorthand. Well, as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
So there's AS standing for Ashkenazi, WT standing for Weekly Torah, WEU is West Europe. Then there's a filler number here because we have to get to 10. And then for each individual article...
By the way, just to specify, these 10 characters is so that in our data, say, processing algorithms, like the algorithms that we will use to make family trees or potential family trees, those will only be able to identify the string of data here, which is like all this sequence of numbers and question marks, by a maximum 10 character code. And so when it makes a family tree and kind of sorts all of these different traditions into, say, different groups, that's each tradition is only going to be identifiable by 10 characters, and so we chose Zara chose this set of representing the source in those 10 characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what was the next
right, and then for each article, I kind of not came up with, but kind of classified them with a unique identifier.
Yeah.
Where there's an uppercase letter representing.
This is tied to the bibliography.
Yeah, an uppercase letter tying where in the bibliography it's located. So this is the first article that had a significant trope in it.
Yeah, so A is Hanok Avenari's 1975, the earliest notation of Ashkenazi Bible chant.
Yeah, and then because there's only one trope in here, I'm putting that as AA.
Yes.
Which is the first trope in that article. So then B here.
So the lowercase letter is which trope in that article is the data representing.
Yeah. Okay. And then the B here, so here there's two tropes that were well and representative. Well, two tropes that were there.
Yeah.
So there's an uppercase B and then an uppercase A, lowercase A for the first one and a lowercase B for the second.
So the Esther trope and the second one was what was it? Lamentations.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, there's some articles that have upwards of 6 or 7, so it's good to be able to categorize them within. And then that.
Yeah. So you list the tropes that we get from each of these articles below here in the list. This is really nice, and then the ID number next to it.
And
what's this number here? 30 and the 7?
That's the amount of accents that were represented.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, it's telling us how much data.
And then that's tacked on to the end of the 10 character here. So even though
what is it tacked on?
It's
the source.
The ID number.
Yes, okay, the ID number of the article plus which trope in the article is on the end of the 10 characters.
Yeah, so even though,
and that's what the zero would eventually get replaced by
once you exceed past Z, you go to AA and AB, etc.
Yes.
So you have to have an extra character in there.
Yeah. Cool.
But just because, Yemenite Torah from the Middle East is not exactly the most descriptive thing, but you can't get more than that in 10 characters. So it links back to where you have the full bibliographic
most
data.
Descriptive, you mean, is that's not that's kind of a very broad category. Yeah. Yemenite Torah chant. There is a lot of variation in that. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks, Zara, for that explainer. And we're going to continue working.